It is my great and distinct pleasure to introduce to you a person, as they say, who probably all of you know about. Dr. Kate Atkinson has been prominently speaking out for the best type of healthcare reform. This is a healthcare provider who is concerned about her patients, who is concerned about her family, who is concerned about the future of our nation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kate Atkinson.
Up here. Am I talking on the right one? Just to clarify, I am no expert on healthcare issues or political issues, but I am a little family practice doctor from a country town with a big mouth. And what I've become famous for is telling what I see, and amazingly, all of a sudden I've discovered that the country actually wants to hear what life is like for family doctors, which just gives me a little bit of hope. I mean, just the fact that primary care doctors from Amherst are being interviewed on the New York Times gives me a lot of hope. So don't get discouraged, guys. Even if we're just making incremental healthcare reform, I do feel that ultimately going to single payer is the direction we're heading. Obama's not moving as quickly as any of us would like, but I'm not giving up hope yet, no matter what songs we've heard here tonight. I do often liken myself to the little boy in The Emperor's New Clothes who says, but mommy, he's naked. I feel like I'm the one who keeps saying, but this is ludicrous. This doesn't make any sense. So what I've become famous for is showing my mail. You know, it's really exciting, on national TV. This is the mail that I've received in the past week from insurance companies. I did not bring any of the mail. This is garbage. I did not bring any of the mail that actually had something useful to say about patients. So this is just the stuff that I did not think was very useful. And this is 1 week's worth of mail. This is a Tufts Health Plan provider update. This is Fallon Community Health Plan supplement, important coverage and procedure changes for 2010. Make sure you memorize this, doctor, because this will affect whether or not you get it. Yet more from Fallon. Amendment 13 to the Fallon Community Health Plan. This is part of your Fallon Community Health Plan Select Care Member Handbook Evidence of Coverage, form number 056701. Yet more Amendment 18. Clean this up. This is from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Mass Health. All provider manuals. Mass Health is revising the regulations about managed care requirements and the Mass Health behavioral health contractor to implement the Children's Behavioral Health Initiative. Fallon Community would like to give you important information about Medicare's creditable coverage requirements. Blue Cross Blue Shield, dear Catherine Atkinson, we're writing to let you know that a laptop containing personally identifiable information was stolen from an employee at the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association at the end of August. Since receiving notice about the event, we've been working with the association to determine it. In other words, personal health and identify information about anybody with Blue Cross is now freely floating around. And I bet they didn't even tell you. But the doctors know, and I can have a chance to get my credit rating free, but whether or not you have HIV or STDs is now public knowledge to whoever bought that. Cigna, dear participating healthcare professionals, Cigna is committed to establishing an open network, Blue Cross, you're getting the picture, aren't you? Tufts Health Plan. I've been dying to do this on the Oprah show. That's my goal. Tufts Healthcare is a care guide for asthma. I'm a family practice doctor. I was an RN for 8 years. Then I went back to school for 12 months and studied basic sciences at UMass in Amherst. Then I went to UMass Medical School for 4 years. Then I did 3 years of residency, and now I've been practicing for 10 years. But Tufts wants to tell me how to diagnose and treat asthma. I appreciate it. It's useful. Cardiovascular disorders, COPD, diabetes. You know, it's funny, but the Blue Cross and the Cigna and the Kinetic Care manuals all look about the same as this too. And I read those. Tufts Health Plan would like me to take good care of my patients with diseases. If I had more time to take care of the patients and not to open all of this mail, it would be a lot easier. I don't think I need to finish finish this pile. I think you got I love this full color glossy from Health New England. The amazing thing is that these people have the nerve to say that less than 40% of the insurance dollars are spent on administrative overhead. Who here believes that?
Less than 40?
They say less than 40%. Well, you
that's a
know
big deal.
that every single piece of this mail they claim is patient care related, and they do not have to count this. Who here thinks this is making me a better doctor and giving you better patient care? Thank you. I'm glad nobody's raising your hand. None of you work in that. There is a lot of big buildings in Springfield and in Boston, and they're all owned by insurance companies. And I have a lot of patients who are nurses, who are teachers, who do all kinds of human service work, who are out of work. I do not have one patient or friend who works for an insurance company who's out of work for this job hunter. There's only one person who's getting rich off healthcare, and that is big corporate business, and this is not fair. These dollars that people spend are not going to human beings. They're going to insurance companies. And their job, and I actually have patients who work for insurance companies who admit to me, one young woman told me, I feel like I'm selling my soul because I say no to people who cry all day long. This is not, to me, what America's about. This is not why I became a doctor. This is insulting to me, this is insulting to you, this is not providing care to human beings. I cannot say this enough times, but I think single payer is the only thing that makes sense. I find that almost any other primary care doctor I know agrees. Primary care doctors are the ones who get most brushed with this. I think the specialists are still protected, and they still aren't quite getting it. They're beginning to get it. In this community, we've now had 24 primary care providers who've left the practice of primary care medicine because we cannot pay enough people to open this mail. and with the little bit of money that we get paid from the insurance companies, because they're spending most of it on consultants who are making about $500 an hour to write this, excuse me, shit, cover your kids' ears, because this is not useful to patient care. So obviously I become heated, and they excuse me for that. But I think that single payer makes a lot of sense. There's no way that I can keep track of what medicine you're on and whether your insurance company's formulary will pay for it this week, next week, or next year. Because even if I memorize the list of formularies from all 30 of the major insurance companies, they would change it every year just to keep us jumping. I would like to practice medicine. I'd like to take care of human beings. And I would like my kids someday to grow up saying, remember the time when people had to fight to get health care? Thank you all for coming tonight.